Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining everybody for another Whiskey Wednesday. And today, I'm quite excited to get into it. We have a special guest backstage, Clark from Old Dominick. And they provided us a sample of the new Old Dominick 8-year reserve. So we're going to be doing a live tasting of that and also talk about what's going on with Old Dominick, the brand, and upcoming releases. So thank you for joining today, whiskey friends. Let's kick off the show. All right. So do apologize for the cicadas. Kelsey and Clark were telling me backstage that they can definitely tell there's cicadas everywhere. So they're going to make sweet, sweet music as we go through the live. So sorry, not sorry, but I do love being outside. Now for tonight, there won't be any giveaways at the end of the show or anything like that. If you are looking to be charitable, there is a GoFundMe for Keith J. 21090 hosted that giveaway last night. Raised quite a bit. I think the fundraiser was up to $19,000 when I looked at it. So much rather things go there if you're looking in a charitable mood this evening. So let's bring on our panel. We'll start with Kelsey. Kelsey, you excited to get into this 8-year reserve?
Man, I'm super excited. Got the shirt on all day today, repping the brand. Got my little glass full of this dark goodness right here with the Old Dom on it. So no, man, this has been one of the brands that probably surprised us, but also we fell in love with. I knew of it because it's closer to me than you guys, but I didn't really get into it that much until we went and did the pick. I knew it was supposed to be good. I heard good things, but when we did the pick and we tasted what they were doing of their own stuff, I was super excited with where the trajectory was headed. And so this is going to be a fun time. Clark's awesome to hang out with. I know he's busy as all get out. So no, he's been ready for this thing to launch and get it into the hands of the people. So we'll be talking about that and some other exciting things coming down the road for them. Let's bring on Darrell. Darrell, are you excited for this one, buddy?
Always excited about new whiskey. And just the color kind of makes me a little bit more intrigued too on this one. So
it's dark.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I kind of spun it around. It's sticking to the glass quite a bit. 400 proof too, which surprised me. So I haven't nosed it, haven't even tasted it. So it's going to be fresh, a fresh take, as we say it, right? So I'm thinking it's going to be good. I haven't really had anything that worked from these guys yet, so that works.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a fun time.
All right, so we're going to keep buttering up here, but I was thinking about a video idea when it came to my favorite 5 distilleries that are making whiskey today, which would eliminate some of the favorite MDPs that we have.
Yeah.
I think Old Dom's number 1. I gotta go through the list, but man, I think so.
It's up there. I mean, Old Dom and Hard Truth are probably 2 of my favorites in that area. They're just both doing some unique things, even though that they've been working on this juice for 7 years. That's the fun part about whiskey is these guys laid this stuff down 7+ years ago, not knowing how it was going to turn out. They knew they liked the mash bill that MGP was creating for them, but creating it in their own still, aging it in their own place, it's exciting for them. I'm super stoked. And I tell everybody, if you guys have not tried their stuff, you need to be drinking, especially the cask strength. And I really like the Tennessee whiskey as well. They've also got some fun cocktails. The Toddy is really good. That's probably my favorite. I know Ethan and Katie both love their gin.
Yeah, I'll say I'm going to be getting Katie and Ethan gave me a barrel strength gin, so might pop into that later.
Then if you go to the distillery, they're going to have all these fun distillery only, weird finish stuff, beer finish stuff that's just out there. Probably the favorite that I've heard is all the cookies. Everybody talks about all the cookies. What's funny is they actually have that there, and they actually have ice cream on site, like that you can buy and eat. So you're eating all or drinking all the cookies and eating the ice cream. It's just kind of funny. But let's bring on Clark. I'm ready for some convo with him. Clark, welcome to the show. Remind everybody what your role is, and tell us how tired you are and ready for this launch to be over.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, thanks for having me on. Always a pleasure to hang with you fine folks. For those of y'all who don't know, I'm Clark Schifani. I work with old Dominick. Been there for a long time now, coming up on 9 years. So that's why I got gray hair and aching bones and all that type of thing. But no, it's fun. It's a great company to work for, and we get to do a lot of fun stuff, like hang out with y'all and talk about whiskey and all kinds of stuff. So thanks for having me on.
No, dude, it's a pleasure. I know if anybody is interested, and we'll talk more about the single barrel program in a little bit, but they rolled out the red carpet for us. They were great host. We got to see all the still stuff. We got to see all of the barrels. We got to taste the distillate coming off the still, which was fun to see what it tastes like off the still. That's always interesting from distillery to distillery to see how their white dog taste and how different each one is. And the processes that they use are, as far from distillery to distillery is different. So, one of the things that he sent us that we're going to be talking about tonight is this Old Dominick 8-year bourbon. It's the reserve bourbon. And tell us kind of the backstory on why you guys wanted to do this and the backstory on the reserve bourbon part, Clark.
Yeah. So I'll tell you, Kelsey, we started distilling in January of 2017. So it seems like eons ago, but it was, a little bit over 8 years ago. We're in Memphis, Tennessee, right? So what's the first thing you're going to lay down, right? We got to have a Tennessee whiskey, right? We just got to have it, right? And even before that, before we started making whiskey, we were kind of on the ground floor of I wouldn't say developing, but kind of getting the Tennessee Whiskey Trail and the subsequent Tennessee Whiskey Guild established, kind of with our brethren across the state, right? And with the help of Jack Daniels and George Dickel, I mean, then you have us, you have Chattanooga Whiskey, you have Sugarlands. At the time, Old Glory was coming on. I'm gonna forget some people, so don't hate. I love them all equally, but we had this kind of influx of these Tennessee distilleries, right? And everybody's got to jump into the Tennessee whiskey game, right? So when we were putting down our first barrels, we actually didn't even start making bourbon, which I think, Kelsey, you mentioned that you like the cask strength bourbon. We didn't start making bourbon until maybe 6-7 months after we kind of got our Tennessee whiskey process figured out, right? So why that's important to this 8 year is that we thought the Tennessee whiskey category was going to be a much larger kind of segment of the bourbon business, the bourbon boom, so to speak, than maybe it is today. It's just dominated by, it's so top heavy, right? Hey, what's up? How are you? Good. It's so top heavy with the big dogs, right? And everybody, even people like you guys that are in the know of the industry and know what your palate likes and all that kind of thing. Just general acceptance of the Tennessee whiskey segment is not as accepted as the bourbon category on a whole, right? And so we learned that the hard way over the years. So the reason why, when we came out of the gate in 2021, with our Tennessee whiskey, 85 proof, we thought we were going to light the world on fire, which we really did. I mean, we did a hell of a job. Everybody loves that mash bill. Everybody loves that brand. But still, we ran into that battle of, I'm not a Tennessee whiskey person. It's just not my thing. I know what I like. And you can blind people on our Tennessee whiskey all day long. They think it's a bourbon. So after doing that for so many years and being in front of so many people that just kind of put that wall up, we decided to just kind of take this whole bourbon, Tennessee whiskey. Everyone has their own opinion on it. Like, this is bourbon. What y'all are having is as bourbon as you can get from a profile standpoint, right? It may be our mash bill number one. It's our Tennessee whiskey mash, the one we're known for, but it doesn't drink sweet. It doesn't drink kind of have those characteristics as notes that you would find in maybe a Jack Daniels, a Gentleman Jack, George Dickel, that kind of thing. So we just kind of decided to own that space a little bit more. And there is a little bit more on the distillation process that we can get into in a moment. But to kind of wrap that all up, like, why try to put a square peg in a round hole and just keep forcing people to try to open their eyes to the category itself? Let's just sell it on its merit. Let's sell it on its, its profile, which we'll get into in a minute, and just see what people think. Who cares what their preconceived notion is of whiskey, bourbon? If it's good, people are going to like it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's kind of where the reserve bourbon kind of came to us. And I think we're going to kind of just ride that, that process, whether it's our whiskey mash or our weeded whiskey or our bourbon, or we got a single malt. We got all these things working, right? And so the whiskey's good price point. I think it doesn't really matter. It's all semantics at that point, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. I think that's one of the other things that set you guys apart on the barrel part of it was your price point with the quality of the barrels that you guys are putting out. I mean, you just don't, even in the decline that we're in the bourbon world, so to speak, right now, you don't see a lot of distilleries making their own juice that have this type of a quality whiskey with this type of an age for that price point. And I think that that's the thing that you guys kind of communicated to us, is that that's something you guys was really on the forefront of your mind, is price point, making it affordable, an everyday experience that people can enjoy. Right. And that's one of the things that, I know resonated with myself. I'm sure resonated with Jeff and Darrell. And so that's one of the things that we really enjoyed about the brand, as well as the people that are behind the brand as well. And we can get into that a little bit later too.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I wish people were spending money on $150 models, but they're not.
Oh, no. I mean, I think that those people that are putting out those are going to be pretty surprised at how much those $150 bottles sit on the shelves.
Yeah.
And collect dust, to be honest with you. I already see it happening. So it's one of those things where it's going to continue.
For sure. Yeah.
So.
Well, remind me the details on this. I believe it's 100 proof.
So 100 proof.
And then,
so I'll give you.
What was the mash bill?
The mash bill is our mash bill number one. Is our 75 corn, 13 rye, 12% malt. And what we've done on this project is we took 32. I got to do some math here, which I'm not good at, but we took 32 kind of hand-picked 8-year-old barrels that frankly probably would be qualified into our single barrel program. But the reason why they kind of were in this project is they all had a similar nose and similar kind of, note to them. So that's easier to just kind of blend to a profile, right? So we took 32 barrels, then we basically aged them for a little period of time in a new container, right? So, hey, everybody knows the technicality, new container gives some new age, gives it a lot more character. That color that y'all are seeing,
that color, yeah,
comes from that secondary, a little bit of that aging. But we also, going into the barrel, we're going into a number 4 char every day, all day with all of our mash bills anyway. So the color is always there with our products. We're getting a little extra there on that just kind of secondary aging run. Undisclosed amount of time. I'm not sure how long David and the team aged, kind of re-aged it, rebarreled it a bit. But that did help kind of give it a little bit more profile, a little bit more kind of nuance. And so once we got done with that, then we dumped and we proofed down to 100. We were waffling back and forth. In fact, I really wanted it higher proof. I wanted it to be like 120, 110, just because that's kind of what the market at the time, everybody wants the high proof. But, and the reason why I'm not the distiller and I'm not on the production side, it tastes better at 100 proof. And that's where we're at. And I think that's just so much, there's just so much more flavor. I mean, there's still some heat. I mean, it's not, it's not light by any means, but being at 100, I think just is that perfect sweet spot for this particular product. So wrapping that up, 75 corn, 13 rye, a little bit of extra age, 100 proof. And of course it's 8-year-old kind of hand selected barrels. So not a lot of product total, 32 barrels yield us about 700 to 800, a little bit under 800 cases nationwide. So that is not a lot of bottles.
Right.
So
remind everybody where you guys are distributing to right now. How many states you guys are in?
We're in 16 or 17 states. We're opening up Louisiana next week and California next week as well. But this product is not available in all those markets. This product in particular is available kind of in our backyard, so to speak, Tennessee, Georgia, Mississippi, South, like just mainly the Southeast. And then of course, online, we're able to reach a lot more consumers that way. So with the limited quantity, we decided to kind of go into the markets that we've been active in for many years, kind of, just our easy network to get it out to. And then open it up for online sales to reach, now we can reach 42, almost 45 states, depending on, some legality issues. So online and just kind of Southeast is mainly where you can get it. Are we any ABC states? We're in Mississippi and we're in Alabama, but those are the only two ABC states that you can find this product in currently. Yes.
Are you bringing this into Arkansas? I don't remember.
We're working on it. We might run out of whiskey by the time we get ready to ship to Arkansas, frankly. But we're working on the Arkansas piece actually today. As of this is recording, we're working through that. So
sweet. Well, you guys want to taste through some of this and talk about it?
I do.
Heck yeah.
It's been teasing me for quite a bit.
What's the price point too, Clark?
$59.99.
$59.99.
This is line priced with our barrel picks in any state, any market. So we're kind of trying to make it easy for people.
The thing that I notice is the viscosity, the mouthfeel, and the way the oak is presenting itself on the nose and the palate. This reminds me a lot of the oak profiles on the original hulling station Kelvin barrels that we had.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that darker, more charred flavor to it, but it's sweet. It's not tannin forward, but it's got a richness and density to it as well. That's one thing that I love about this.
Man, I got hit with a dusty grape on the nose, like a dusty older bourbon, like something 20 years ago type of a nose. Oh, that threw me off there for a second.
Like I said, the oak profile comes across really, really well, but it doesn't come across as toasted, like a toasted product. It comes across, it's not even really like a double barrel either. No,
I wouldn't think either. Like it just comes across as a regular
depth of
bourbon.
oak, right?
I will speak to the double oak part, right? That double oaked is kind of like to me that it's like the word craft. Like everything's double oaked now. Everything's like it's kind of a buzzword thing. We put it in another barrel to give it some more depth, but it's not a double oaked product, and we could have easily put that on the label, but it loses its kind of like the technique, if you will, by calling it a double oak. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you're already waiting for the punch of barrel char and oak, and then you kind of already have some sort of preconceived notion of what it might.
That's what I was going to say. You have a preconceived notion when you say double oaked of what you're getting. automatically think toasted marshmallow and vanilla, but that's not what this is. This is completely
absolutely not. No. To me,
Shit.
it's like it's got a dessert, right? It's got like graham cracker and like and like kind of like an apple pie type of like sweetness to it, like a more of a I don't know how to explain it. I'm running out of buzzwords, but like
No, you're good.
more like a dessert kind of whiskey. Obviously not sweet by any means, but it's just got a lot of that profile.
My first sip was kind of crazy. Wasn't expecting it. The nose is nuts. Like, I would venture to guess that it's maybe even older than 8. Like, it's just so like funky, like the sweet funky oak that I like on like older products. Then on the palate, like I don't know what it tastes like at barrel proof when you had it. But at 100 proof, this works. Like I would crush this thing. Oh my goodness.
I can see how this might be a bit much at a higher proof. Like
right.
I think the tannins would be too much at a higher proof. I think that would probably tend to push forward rather than creating a roundness. I think it would be a little bit sharper. But this is a very well-rounded profile. It's very finish on this thing's killer for 100 proof. I mean, this thing stays on your
doesn't
palate.
stop.
It is so long. Like I can't remember 100 proofer that kind of had this long of a finish on it. It's crazy.
That's really good. Not because you're on the channel. By any means, I'm telling you. Oh my goodness.
I'm telling you, we were tasting it like I don't know, a couple weeks ago. And it was me, David, and our owner Chris Canale and our president Mike. A couple of other of us were just sitting around, and we were all trying to like keep our excitement, like like quelled a bit. We're like, son of a bitch, this is really good. Like I think we got it here. And I agree. I mean, I don't want to be like, our stuff is the best, but this product right here is my far and away. I'm the most proud of the way that this thing turned out than anything else we've done because, we had a lot of hurdles to get through, and the product kind of encapsulates a lot of, kind of confronting the Tennessee whiskey segment and also like dancing between some secret sauce with our water and maybe in a secondary aging part of it. There's a lot of kind of tricks up our sleeve on this one, and I think they nailed it for sure.
Yeah.
Kelsey, are you getting the Brookstone vibes on this one? Either our chocolate covered acais or even the chocolate covered raspberries that are on Brookstone.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're getting at. I don't necessarily get the fruit part of it. I get the chocolate part of it. You were talking about Tennessee whiskey. Somebody put this in here, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to taste this side by side.
Oh, man. Kelsey's putting it to the test right off the bat here.
Yeah, I haven't had the Jack, but this is.
Is that a?
Crazy.
That's their new heritage. Over here. Yeah, that's their new heritage release. That's 100 proof toasted barrel.
Okay.
So,
I don't think it's going to beat it on the nose, particularly.
No,
the nose on this.
I could just get on this nose all day.
This is way thin compared to y'all's. I mean, just on the nose alone. Like, there's so much more depth and darkness. This is way brighter, way thinner.
I would think at least 10 years old on the nose of this. Like I can even say 12. Like it's just so like funky, musty oak. Like you walk into a wet rick house, like the freaking floor has been like saturated by like rain and just.
That's why I was saying it reminds me of those Kelvin barrels, the 8-year Kelvin barrels that we picked, because it has that density and darkness. Now, the Jack Daniel's is a lot sweeter.
It's deliberately sweet, and that's fine. That's their profile.
That's their profile. It's really good at their profile, but this one is a different beast. Like it's way more complex to me as a drinker than the Jack is. Jack is going to be way more like bright and It has some of that banana note, which is their profile. It has a little bit of the toasted. This has like uber oak on it. Like, I mean, it is not like over oaked. It's got a lot of depth of oak, and it's not just one note, where I feel like this one's a little bit one notey as far as the oak profile goes.
What were you going to say, Clark? Sorry.
I was going to say that you were mentioning like, the age kind of throwing you a loop. You've been in our rick house, right? And so it's not climate controlled, right? So I think our aging, I swear, I don't, there's no science to test this theory, but I feel like our barrels age just better because it's where we're located here in Memphis, right? It's hot as shit. Excuse my language. Yeah. And then it's cold during the winter, even into January and February. Mm-hmm. And so our aging process just, I think it accelerates the whiskey and the bourbon a little bit more than maybe other climates might. So I do think that even our 5 and 6 year old barrels of bourbon and whiskey they have a little bit more backbone, a little more depth. I just think that they age better, frankly, in our region of the country.
No, I agree with that. I mean, our latest pick, by the way, was fantastic. It sold out in 2 days. I mean, everybody was going goo-goo over it. Just a fantastic barrel. That was so much fun getting this in people's hands, because not only is it y'all's juice and it's y'all's label now, as much as I love the holding station in our first pick and our first Kelvin barrel and all of that, this was really cool to get in people's hands and to see them be impressed with what you guys have been doing.
I like this one more than the Hewlin we did.
Yeah.
Y'all were all wanting that Hewlin. I brought out the cast strength bourbon.
Yeah.
You clearly flipped us on that move, Clark.
Yes.
You got a hook, line, and sinker with that.
That cast strength is something else. And that's the cool thing about their cast strength. If you guys haven't tried it yet, it's affordable and it's a fucking killer bottle. Like the blending that you guys did on the cast strength is really, really good. And it's just complex. It's well priced, and it's something that you don't feel guilty about picking because of the price point, but it's really, really good.
Right. I see Ernest is chatting. Travis.
Yeah, he's loving it. Ernest has this bottle, he said earlier.
He probably picked it up. It's shipped to some stores in the area this week, so he probably picked multiple bottles up. If you're all in the chat, just tell him to send you one. Venmo, put your Venmo in the chat.
There you go. Ernest Peacock's picking up bottles for everybody.
So yeah, I say I'm on the website right now. I'm adding the reserve, and I'm getting the 123 proof cast strength in my cart.
There you go.
Yeah,
your cast strength
it does say
the best that I've had since the OG #1 batch. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys are liking it so much. Those barrels, we probably couldn't have gone wrong with any of the barrels that you sent us to taste. There were 2 that were super, super really good. And Jeff was super nervous that we told you the wrong barrel, or that we were going to get the wrong barrel for some reason. And I think one of the things was mislabeled on one of the guys' stuff. And so that's why we were nervous, but definitely the right barrel.
You don't have to go into that story.
Y'all had me nervous. I was like, what in the world is happening?
I love it.
You can go on our website at this point and purchase the 8-year while supplies last. I should have probably told you guys that. We just sent 80 cases to our online retailer, but it's gonna go fast. So I'm not just trying to sell you on it, but if you're not in a city that you have this product, you might want to grab a bottle. While you can of it.
So the website ships nationwide?
It ships, I think, 42 states. So,
okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, you're making me check out right now, Clark. I see how it is.
No, it's definitely worth it. Holy crap, dude. And I just shot like best like value whiskeys. Like granted, I think that the most expensive bottle I did on that top 5 was like $53, but like this, you said this is 59?
59.
59. Yep.
Like, yeah, this would probably make that list. Like Rare Breed was the most expensive one, you know, and that's the one I was like 52. But sometimes that's like $60 for some people too.
Yeah. And
This
now,
right here is crazy.
we're also kind of setting the stage for, you know, subsequent reserves to come, right, each year. So now, you know, as our whiskey, we can get the 10-year reserve and 12-year reserve. So we will kind of keep this concept going with probably 1, if not 2 releases per year. But in, you know, whatever quantity that the barrel inventory allows us to do. You know, you can't sacrifice the inputs just to, like, you know, triple the amount of boxes that we can, you know, put into the market. So just when people are like, why don't y'all making more of it? Well, you know, we're only making what we can actually, you know, part with, you know.
There's the website you guys can go get your bottles at right there. If you go to the shop and it's right there on the front page, you can get your reserve bourbon there. Man, this is so good.
Dude,
So tell us about the single barrel program and what you guys see in the future. I know you guys just started releasing the wheat picks.
Yeah.
Your own label. Tell us what else is on the horizon.
So we just started I guess just started. We started this year putting all these wheat barrels out, which was fun. We don't make a wheated whiskey as a permanent SKU. So we decided to just this year only put out some wheat whiskey and put it out there just in the single barrel program format and really just see what people think about it. Overwhelmingly, people are loving it. The sweet spot on the proof point for me is anywhere from like 117 to 125. We have had some high proofers, but for me, that wheat mash bill of ours just drinks better at that kind of, you know, barrel, that proof point. You're going to get too much burn off, too much alcohol, a little bit higher than that. And then doesn't have enough backbone. I think that it just kind of gets drowned out. Wheat's kind of a tricky.
It is. And well, even wheated bourbon, you know, I mean,
Right.
it's going to take a little bit longer to age to get the profile. Yeah, Marty, it is pre-order, but they are just getting the bottles to the.
You basically just sign up for a pre-order.
Yeah.
The product lands in like tomorrow, so they're going to ship the week of the 8th of September. So you just put your order in. You'll probably be getting it shortly thereafter. So
that's exciting, dude. I know the ones that we tasted in our blind the other night were outstanding. The wheat whiskeys, as well as the single barrel Tennessee whiskey that, you know, you were talking about this, and it does, people, even myself, I will admit it, have like that Tennessee thing. I'm just like, I don't know if that's really my thing. I'm telling you guys, when I tried their Tennessee whiskey single barrels, as well as just their Shelford Tennessee, I really, really like that profile. But at cask strength and the single barrel, it's even. Those single barrels were really good that we tried on the Tennessee whiskey. And the price point on all of this stuff is crazy. So tell us the price point of, is it different for the bourbon wheated or wheat and Tennessee whiskey?
I was trying to share the label if I can. I don't know if I can on this. But no, all of our, can I hit present right here? Cause it showed my
screen.
It should, or we will see it and add it.
Okay. I'm not even gonna fool with it. It might mess up. But
I'll get it.
But I tell you, all of our barrel picks are line price, $59.99. So we make that easy for people. The age range is kind of between 7 and 8. We don't have anything older than 8 on the single barrel program. We don't have anything all that younger. There you go. Then there's the reserve bourbon. We don't have any younger, barrels like 4 and 5 year old stuff we're trying to put out. But the cask strength is our number one regular SKU, and we thought that the barrels of bourbon would be like the most coveted single barrels. But it turns out the Tennessee whiskey and the wheated are probably more, people want those more because you can kind of access, a somewhat version of a barrel pick via the cask strength every day on the shelf. I mean, it's a 6-barrel blend, so it's almost, it's very, very nuanced in and of itself. So if you're looking at an old Dom barrel pick, try to gravitate towards the wheated whiskey because those are really hard to find. And then the Tennessee whiskey in the barrel program is just nice. It's just so freaking good. I love those.
There's all of the labels, I think, right there, correct? Now,
that's correct.
Well, minus some of the coloring, right?
Couple more you're missing there, but
let's see here. So here's the straight whiskey. Well, if I can get it to click, hold on.
I hate our website. You're making me nauseous looking at it.
So here's I love the new labeling, by the way. It looks freaking sharp. It pops.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Those labels look really, really sharp. So that's the straight Tennessee whiskey. And then here's your bonded with a blue label. And then we've got their small batch, which is similar to the cask strength colors, correct?
And it's the same mash bill. It's just bottled at 90.1 proof. Yeah.
Right. And then we already showed you the cask, the trolley stop. Now, this is stuff that is still MGP, correct?
Correct. Everything you see with that Healing Station brand and the square bottles is all our MGP source line. And anything you see with the old Dominick, there you go, the old Dominick uniform branding is all stuff we made in-house. So that's kind of how you tell the two brands apart.
Okay. Awesome. This is the one that I wanted to talk about a little bit. So, so this is something we tried when we were there. And if you guys don't know what a hot toddy is, you're missing out. But we're about to get into fall season, and I wanted to bring this up because I don't know that people really know that Old Dominick, at least if they don't know the brand, know that you guys have this incredible product because it is so freaking good. Just by itself, like not warmed up, but you put this in and you warm it up on like a fall, man, this thing is killer. So tell us about, this is a really cool story behind how they got this recipe. Tell us a little bit about it.
So the current owners, their great grandfather, Domenico Canali, actually Dominick for short. He was an Italian immigrant, came over, to the U.S. and then kind of settled in Memphis, and had a bunch of different businesses throughout the years through his time. But he started kind of bottling and making bourbons and whiskeys at a period of time. We don't not quite know when, but he got to be quite a large producer of the old Dominick whiskey brand. So he had all different kind of labels. But one of the products that kind of took off for him was the Old Dominick Toddy. And so what he would do is he'd take barrels of probably more so, I mean, I guess you could call it moonshine, but probably more like White Dog, like new whiskey, young whiskey. Yeah. And he would infuse it with like clove and cinnamon and different spices and herbs and fruit and stuff like that. Basically stuff he had lying around, and kind of develop this toddy, right? And it has like this beautiful bourbon backbone, but like a medicinal kind of note to it, kind of mixed with some clove and cinnamon and some spice. And so that the profile that you guys know and probably have enjoyed is probably not too far off from what he was making back in the day. We don't quite know that either, but we were able to find an old bottle of the toddy, right? That was still sealed and everything. And so they were able to, pop that sucker open, taste it. It tastes awful because it was 160 years old. But they were able to, and it was, God knows, I would not want to have tasted it. But they were able to send it off to a lab and get it, kind of back into the formula, right? And so now we're damn near making it the same way. We're just putting a little bit better bourbon in. The bourbon base to that is actually our 90 proof bourbon, the small batch bourbon. Okay. We use 2-3-year-old barrels of that. So it's still got a quality base of whiskey, And then we're putting cinnamon, clove, black pepper, grapefruit, dried citrus peel, and what you kind of left with is just this beautiful kind of like holiday spice, old fashioned kind of all in one, and it's just so good, man. It's really good. And I like to do any of our bourbons or any of our Tennessee whiskey, but they put like a 1/4 ounce of the toddy and just throw in an orange peel, and you like have like this spicy old fashioned kind of thing. It's just out of this world. So good. So give that a try. I mean, we got a lot of really, I'd say bourbon nerds probably listening in tonight, but this one will shock you, even if you are even if you have your nose in the air, like I don't like any of that. No, you're gonna like it. I promise you.
So any of my Michigan buddies that want something and need it, I will hand deliver it to you. Just let me know. I will hand deliver it to you in Michigan. If there's something you're wanting, just message me. I'll take care of you if there's something you guys really want. So
we are not in Michigan. We're working on it, but
I wouldn't even call this particular group bourbon nerds. They're just spirit aficionados.
Spirit.
They're gonna try everything,
I
any category this group is in for.
And I'm telling you that's the one thing that surprised me the most was that particular product. Like I knew that you guys did stuff other than bourbon, but when I tasted that stuff, holy cow!
So,
look at that color.
Look at that color.
Look at that. Looks like a apple cider almost.
Yeah, it really does. It comes across like a cider that's spiced in alcoholic. Right. It's really good.
I just like Kelsey's pitch at the beginning of this. It's fall. You all are going to get sick. Go drink some hot.
Exactly.
Legend has it that it was kind of this liquor lunatics. That's pretty funny. Legend has it that it was prescribed by area Memphis doctors. In fact, there's an ad in our local newspaper that we still have that was old Dominick Toddy, prescribed to cure all ailments, which was kind of fun. They didn't have penicillin or anything, so you just got people drunk back in the day.
You felt better afterwards, didn't you? That's all that mattered.
Exactly.
Actually, Ernest, I thought about pairing it already, like in my head. I already have like 2 or 3 sticks that I know that I would pair this with. Most of them are Connecticut's, but yeah, that Connecticut, like the creaminess of a Connecticut with that stuff would be fire. It would be awesome. So yeah.
So you said something earlier, Clark. It made my ears perk up. Maybe you've already released it and I'm just unaware. But I heard you say single malt.
Oh shit!
Working on them. We've already, I think we've already started, but we actually have already put some in the barrel. So that'll be our 5th mash bill. Now it'll be a while.
It'll be a while. Okay. So you're laying them down, but we'll have to wait a little bit. I'm a patient man.
Right. And we actually this year we added 2 different mash bills. We added our weeded bourbon mash and a American single malt.
Okay.
Yep. So
awesome.
All right. Future things
talk
to come.
about that?
Rel, you got the next one. Yep.
Oh gosh.
I've seen it pop up on the TTV.
Yeah.
So get some info.
So we Major Zero. You need. I mean, gosh, and he was there at the distillery yesterday doing a barrel pick. No, we had some really awesome barrels that just happily turned out like super high proof. We had one that was 151 proof. Craziness. Don't know what happened there. We have a couple that are in the mid 140s. So we have a bunch of like really beautiful Tennessee whiskey that's just way up there. And one of the releases we're going to do is this hazmat Old Dominick release, but we didn't quite know how to take it to market. And we're like, should we just put it out as a barrel pick and it's just a high proof and just like hopefully people can get their hands on it? And we kind of all decided to take a different route. So we're going to do a couple different drops of hazmat whiskey. But the caveat is when you find a barrel that's 151 proof, for instance, and it's 7, 8 years old. There's basically nothing in the barrel. It's dry. Okay.
Yeah.
So one of these only yielded like 70 or 80 bottles, right? So you can't put it out in a market. You can't put it out. You're just going to make more of these prints when you only have a few limited bottles, right? So we're going to do a couple hazmat releases over the next few years and just have some fun with it. First one is going to be very similar to that label that you just showed. We're going to release it at the distillery, and we're going to put it in 375s so we can just get as many bottles as we possibly can. And each time, like something like that, right? And each time we release them, at least for this first one, we'll basically just going to have a party, we think, and we're just going to say, hey, this day we're going to do it. Come on, we're going to give everybody a ticket probably, or, some way to make sure that everybody's there gets at least a chance to get a bottle. And we're going to try to do it that way. Because when you don't have a lot of it, it's just hard to get it into distribution. It's hard to pick one city and say, oh, we're only going to do it, here. But that's going to be so fun. And see the label. It kind of has like the chicken, fire. I mean, it's going to be we're going to have some fun with it. So we're going to come on that. But the Coming Whiskey guy posted the label, and then everybody's like, oh, God, this is going to be this new release. And, people don't realize when the label gets approved by the TTB, then the work begins to, get it.
Right. Exactly.
Get the whiskey in the bottle. It's not like overnight that it's just available the next day.
It's like going to the previews at the movies,
Right.
That's our version of
it. Right. For sure. But even we'll have some of the actual hazmat that will be in that bottle, but some of our barrel picks are going to be crazy high proof too. So that'll be also part of like the next year's barrel program, where you're going to have some 130, 135.
You can save some of
those in March.
I mean, not to spill beans, but all the releases could be in March.
March is next year, right?
So ready for you boys, but we're gonna have some fun come March for sure.
That'll be a lot of fun. Anything else?
Spoiler alert: we're going back to Memphis in March.
Yes, Turkapalooza 2 is happening at the Turk. So March 2026, Turkapalooza is happening again.
Party time! I'm coming out there this time.
Yeah,
just to warn you, I'm bringing the rock band set. So hopefully you like to play rock band.
I haven't. It's been a minute, but I think I can rip it up still. I think I still got it.
Yeah, we were throwing down.
We
were throwing down last year. It was fun, man. That was a good time.
That's hilarious. That's fun.
that was a
Anything
really
else
good
you wanted to highlight, Clark, that you guys are going to be doing over the next year?
Just it's hard to say what's on the horizon, but we're gonna keep plugging away as we get as the whiskey gets better and older, and we have access to more really good aged inventory. You just look to find fun stuff from us, but we don't do crazy stuff. Like a lot of these brands are doing all these wild finishes and all these things.
When your whiskey's good, you don't need to do wild finishes.
It's not really our lane, so we probably won't do any of that except for the R&D stuff. That's kind of our have fun, right?
I'm drinking on this one right now.
Exactly. So that is our outlet to have a lot of fun, showcase how talented our team is. But most of those are usually just in the distillery format. Tim Lander's in the chat. What's up, Tim? Tim is our head of production. He made a comment about yeah, there you go.
Oh, Tim.
3.5 gallons. That's all it was. Seriously. So when you have that,
forgot the barrel's over 50 gallons supposed to be. So.
Oh my gosh! I just randomly grabbed this glass. By the way, this
That's
was
awesome.
on purpose.
So tell us
perfect for the question here. That was not even planned.
Yeah, look at that. Why the rooster?
All right, so why the rooster? So I mentioned that Toddy bottle that they found, a little while ago. So if you ever get a chance to come to the distillery, we actually have some of the original bottles. But on the bottle label itself was 2 Dominick hens fighting over a shot glass. Okay, so that's part of the brand story. But the other part of the brand story was our founder Dominico Canali was really proud of this this Dominick rooster, which is America's oldest breed. It's a heritage breed of rooster. And back in the day, these things were, pets, very, very proud of these pets. They used to fight these animals a lot too. So the Dominick rooster was supposed to be, a hardy fowl and, was able to, stand on its own and kick some ass, I guess. But he adopted that rooster into all of his brands. So when we revitalized Old Dominick, that was always going to be part of the brand story and part of the history. So much so that we now have a 25-foot giant neon rooster on our rooftop of the distillery. So I think there's a photo of it right behind me, kind of. So there you go.
There you go.
But we like to say now, trust the rooster.
There you go.
Trust.
Don't kill the rooster. Trust the rooster.
Yeah.
Allison, because he was just talking about the
rooster. Oh, what a strange.
You gotta throw the Alice in Chains song on. There you go.
This guy will sing it. I'll tell you what.
Yes.
Oh man, that's a fun
He
song.
will blast it. All right, Clark. Personal question. Go to karaoke song.
Shoot, I don't know. I mean, it depends. I mean, I usually go Regulators if I've had a lot to drink. Regulators. If I'm warming up, I might do something like a crowd pleaser. I don't know. Piano Man. I don't know. But
Are you Nate Dogg or Warren G in this?
I'm both. I go back and do
He's a split personality person. There you go.
split personality. Yeah, for sure.
That's funny.
What about you, Jeff?
I'll go Blur song 2.
Okay. Interesting. It's quite a pull there. Okay.
I've never sang karaoke. No.
Yes.
Journey
Yes.
along.
Yes.
This guy right here is the legendary lookalike for Journey's singer. Did you see?
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Travis is gonna sing Karma Chameleon.
Oh, jeez. I was trying to think there was something else I was going to ask you, and I can't think about it. Old man brain here.
Y'all need to have, speaking of, y'all need to have my boy Tim on this next time. He's an absolute riot.
Oh, absolutely.
Y'all have met, I think y'all met him when y'all were here. I would think so. But Tim is like me. He's been here since the beginning, and he's got a lot of fun stories. So y'all need to have him on here next time.
No, absolutely. We'd love to. I think he was there, and was Richie there?
Yeah, Richie was there. Yep.
I was thinking. But, man, that was such a fun time. Oh, the other thing, if you guys go down to the distillery, there's Gus's Chicken right across the street. Get some chicken. Eat it up. Go get you duck. Is it duck fat? Old
duck fat, old fashioned.
Oh my gosh, that will set your world on fire. I'm just telling you. Between those two, you will be a happy camper.
Then you need to go find like a cold room and just sit there for a little while because you're gonna be in bad shape.
Between the chicken and the old fashioned, yeah.
You're gonna be in tough shape. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny.
I don't got much left of this 8-year, man.
I killed it, man.
I know. I've got one sip left. I've been letting it sit out here just so I can keep enjoying the nose. Now, I'll tell you what, I feel vindicated a little bit because on the official page, on the tasting notes, it says on the nose raisin, and I think the first thing I said was, "Man, I'm getting a lot of like dark grape." So I feel vindicated off of that.
There you go.
What were you gonna say, Clark?
I said, do you live in Baltimore?
No, Rhode Island.
Okay, yeah, no Rhode Island. Sorry, probably shipped there, but
it's a struggle. But yeah, there's workarounds. Know some people.
Jeff, I was gonna tell you this kind of funny tidbit. The Drink Hacker, which y'all familiar with Drink Hacker, he's pretty Jacob. He's great at his reviews. But anyway, he said it reminded him of Grape Big League Chew, which all of us know what that tastes like.
Yeah. I can definitely see that for sure. mean, that's what I grew up like playing baseball. That because we could obviously our dads. We were young. We're not going to be chewing chaw.
Yeah.
Be chewing big league chew bubble gum.
But that's a very specific.
It's
profile.
very, it's actually so specific. And now that you implanted it in my head, I even get like the image of the powder on top of the great big league chew. Like I get it all.
Chalk stuff on there. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever that stuff was that I had completely adored.
Do they still make it, man? I remember that as a kid.
I think so. I think they still make it. The other thing that, what's funny is it's the same thing that you would get. Like I would get baseball cards and they would come with gum in there and you'd like put that gum in there for like 1 second and you lose all flavor and then you have to spit it out.
Yeah.
But Big League you could chew on that thing forever. The flavor lasted forever on that stuff.
For sure.
Agreed. Best flavored by grape gum ever.
So shout out to Drink Hacker because he nailed that one for sure. You can't say that with a straight face and like an actual tasting. Be like, I'm getting a great big league chew. But
I do that kind of stuff all the time, and I get all types of eyebrows, but I stand by it.
Yeah.
If you're tasting, oh man, that was fantastic. So
yes, thank you for sending that. It was very, very good. I'm excited about getting to hang out with you guys in March and get another great barrel. Everybody that's tasted this thing has been nuts over it. So it's been a great, great barrel to share with people. Jeff, you got any other questions or anything else we need to cover?
The only other thing, so Clark, we'll keep you posted on the results of all this, but we actually have done 16 barrel picks in the last year. So we're going to do a Sweet 16 tournament. And the old Dom is technically the number 1 seed in the tournament. So we're going to see if it can hold through all the way through. But everybody that did the rankings, I mean, us 3 on screen, the Turks and Dusty Dan, we all had it somewhere in our top 5. So it was the most consistent ranking of all of them. So no pressure, but you are the odds-on favorite. We'll see how it all shakes out. But it's going to be fun. We're going to bring on special guests that haven't tried it yet and all that kind of thing.
Somehow I hope we lose our number 1 seed. We don't want to read our press clippings. We need something to keep us fired up, carry us through the tournament. So, if we can fall back in the pack, I think I like where we'll win it all after that. Yeah.
There you go.
It's all going to be blind, like random blinds too. But like, even if you were middle of the pack, bottom of the pack at your ranking, like it's just this pick is so good that it's going to find its like. Prince, we haven't blinded, I guess, against stuff, but like I can't imagine me like picking half of the picks over this one. Like this thing is just silly good.
Nice.
It's my number 1.
Really good.
I was trying to finish off the bottle of our first one of the Holding Station with a couple of cigars last night, and man, that thing pairs well with a cup. I mean, cigars crazy. Like anything that I put with it, it does well with it. So. I love that bottle too.
Good one.
So I think a conclusion to that, Clark, you got 3 guys here that really, really appreciate everything that you're doing here and appreciate the relationship and everything we've got going. So thank you for putting smiles on our faces.
Man, enjoy it. Always a pleasure. And thanks for having me on. Y'all have a great night. And we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, looking forward to March, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. Know that Jason going live tonight?
He is, yeah.
Yep. So
jump on over there and keep the party going. I'll take the words right out of your mouth, Jeff.
There you go.
Exactly.
All right.
We'll catch you on the next Whiskey Wednesday, everybody.
See you guys.
Cheers, everybody.